Hold up. Wait. Hey, that's not me. Uh-oh. Okay, so anyways, we're just gonna have to let this do for now. Hey guys, it's me, Diana. So last video I was basically like rearranging all my presets and stuff. And today I'm gonna be redoing my designs. So I was actually recording before this. I just realized I had paused it in the beginning when I had to drink water, and I never unpaused it. So I was working on Clara, and if you guys are wondering, Dana, you're trying to find your thing, your OC. Why did you stop? Well, I made a huge mistake. Well, earlier I had accidentally deleted my Diana. Luckily, I have this gender bend of Diana. It's pretty much the same. It has the ears. The wings are probably adjusted. The tail, like that. So I can basically use that for now. This one doesn't have any of the design and stuff, which is why I'm not using her. So, so I'm going to be showing you tips and tricks and also explaining each character that I'm redesigning today. Anyways, so this is Stacy Clara Schmidt, also known as Mrs. Afton. I'll be calling her Clara or Stacy because I can't get that in my head that her name is Stacy. It's not her real name. It's not confirmed. Just my AU. So, if you guys want to know like which preset I used for her, like a lot of people, you can use Hafwa or Hafwa and make her look adult. You can use Shizaki. You can use Ria the pop star. But I actually recommend using where she is. I lost her. I actually recommend using help. Yes, Veronica or model Veronica, because of the hair stuff. And so actually, Clara's eyes are green. So yeah, because that's how Elizabeth got her eyes. Because in most AUs, I see that people make William's eyes purple for some reason. Probably because he's a purple guy. Makes his eyes, and Roselle, Clara, Miss Afton, Stacy, whatever her name is, in their AU, eyes also blue. Which makes me question, how the frick is Elizabeth's eye green? Well, they used to be eyes. So, like you might say, no, it was from her grandparents or her aunts or uncles. I actually respect that, but the thing is, it's not the case most of the time, and they don't even make her like she's wearing contact lenses. So I don't really understand those AUs. I still respect them, but still, like maybe a little clarity, and also chances of that happening is pretty rare. Again, I respect all those AUs. They're actually pretty nice. I watched most of them. And anyways, so basically, I'm going to be telling you about Stacy Clara Schmidt, then known as Stacy Clara Afton, and now again known as Stacy Clara Smith. Backstory and what she is doing in my AU. So basically, Clara's family, Stacy's family was really rich. Very, very rich. Too rich. But Clara was actually really ugly. If you guys don't understand why I'm calling her Clara, because that's her middle name. Sometimes I call Stacy as Clara, also because I can't remember her first name is Stacy at times. So yeah. Please forgive me. Anyways, she was really ugly. Her family hated it, but they didn't abuse her or neglect her or anything like that. She only had fake friends, She only had like one real friend. The others were fake. And then like she was really bratty, like spoiled, but because of their money, Clara didn't really even care if the others were fake friends, and she didn't care about her looks because she didn't really care. She could just pay them or expel them or do whatever she wanted to them, and she didn't really care about how she looked because that's the way she could get extra attention by just expelling them, until William, Henry, and Aiden came to her school. So basically, William and Henry weren't the only two friends in that time in my AU before Clara came. Actually, William and Henry also had another friend. He was called Aiden. So basically, like, once she actually had at the time she saw William, she had like fallen in love and stuff like that, blah blah blah. So when she went home, she had asked her parents if she could get plastic surgery. Her parents, also ashamed of how ugly she had looked, or not ashamed, had hated how she looked, readily agreed to it. Now the plastic surgery had went well, and then like William had actually liked how she looked, not before but now. So yeah, this was it back in middle school. Time skip a few years later at high school. Well, William confessed, Clara accepted, and bam, they're dating. Henry had already gotten with a girl called Amy, which is actually supposed to be his current wife. Although she had died in the FNAF 6 fire, she was near the building. So yeah. So, which is how she died. So, and Aiden was like single Pringle. He was a single Pringle squad at that time. So like basically, yeah. One sec. Sorry about that. My annoying brother, also known as Joanne, came in. This is my room. From now on, I say it's my room. So basically, yeah, blah blah blah, that stuff. Boring stuff. Yeah, yada yada. They began dating and stuff. Before that, although actually, William's family was also kind of rich. Not as rich as Clara's, but they were still rich. Clara's family liked that and had wanted to get them married. They didn't know about this, but the families had already each wanted to make an arranged marriage, and then they found out that they were already dating. So they were like, good for us. And they got married. Clara had actually loved William with all her heart. And William had loved her too. They were like inseparable. They loved each other. They were nice to each other. And until, well, Clara had gave birth. Her first and oldest child it was not Michael. It was Terrence Afton. Terrence was 1 year older than Michael. And like, yeah. So like basically like that. Clara did not like Terrence because William had already been spending lots and lots of time in work, because that was the year when he had decided to start working with the animatronics with Henry. Aiden was actually upstate at the time, and then would come to visit and live there soon. But so yeah. So basically that stuff. William was actually pretty busy at that time, and like he couldn't give Clara attention. And then when Terrence was born, William, he had to give a lot of attention to Terrence too, which left Clara upset, which led to her hating Terrence. A few months later, the pizzeria was done. The first one was, yes, it was Fazbear's Diner, the very one in which Stacy would die in like some years. So, actually, he didn't die there. Anyways. So like, once he finished that, he had taken a break. Just got his income coming in, stuff like that, so he could spend more time with his family. And then the next year, Michael was born, which meant William would give attention to Michael also, with Terrence and Clara, which had lowered the more attention that she got. She was also beginning to get angrier because like he wouldn't let her buy anything nowadays, because like they also needed the money for the kids. That led her to hating the kids, because at that point Clara had fell out of love with William and was just using him for money. I'm just trying to find a nice sleeve. So yeah, once like William did not know about this, and he still loved Clara with all his heart. Oh well, why do I keep on doing that? God, what's wrong with my mouth? So basically, Clara had began to use William, which William still loved her and was blinded by her love. He did realize and notice that Clara was being really, really rude towards Michael and Terrence, but he thought she was just in a bad mood at that time. He was really, really upset and tried to talk her into paying more attention with the kids. She said she would, although she never did. She just acted like it whenever she was around William. Why do I keep on doing these? Just felt alright. Help! So, I'm just currently trying to find something that would fit the style about 19 something that's at the 19th century. So, yeah. No, God, help! So basically, yeah. She had began using William and acting around him. And then Elizabeth was born. At this time, actually no, not Elizabeth. And then Cece was born. At this time, Michael was about 10, Terrence was obviously 11, and yes, Cece was a newborn. And this was when they had began working on on the next pizzeria, which was actually Circus Baby's Pizzeria. They had made it before Freddy Fazbear's like that. They had originally planned to make it at that time. They were still getting lots of money from the diner. So yeah, they hadn't made it yet. And anyways, why do I keep on going back to the sleeve? I swear. Am I not satisfied with the sleeve? It's a freaking sleeve. Why? Help. Well, Clara would usually wear something pretty formal. So yeah. So basically, like they had decided, they were thinking of the idea of the animatronics in Circus Baby's diner. It was actually originally a diner again because they hadn't thought of the idea of a pizzeria. And then one day, William had stopped paying attention to Clara. There was like only a little bit of attention Clara would get from William, and she wouldn't even get that much money from him, which made her very upset. Sure, she could ask him some times, but she already did that so she would get money a few times, but she didn't want to keep on asking him because that would become obvious. One day she had enough because she had realized Terrence was taking like a lot of attention since he was the oldest. He was getting very, very old, which then gave her an idea. She was already spoiled with attention and money, and she also had hated Terrence and Michael. She had loved Cece though, because she looked both like her and William, and well, why did I say she? And he didn't do anything. Then she had decided she couldn't kill her own. She wanted to kill Terrence. She wanted to get rid of him. But then she had realized she couldn't just murder her own child. So she called up a professional, whose name was Ryan. Not Ryan. What's his name? Yes, his name was Thomas. So basically, he and Clara was responsible for Terrence's death. He had actually killed Terrence successfully, but then somebody saw Thomas taking the body to burn it so that nobody would taking the body to hide it so that nobody would find out it was him, and he got arrested. And basically, when the police found it, they had informed the family. They were all super upset. Before Thomas could say anything about Clara, they had tranquilized him, tased him, and then sentenced him to death without letting him have his word. And so, oh god. And then basically she had a narrow escape. And nobody knew about it. Terrence's death left William in huge sorrow because, well, he was one of his children. So, yeah. And then Clara had tried to calm him down, act like she cared, and then they had Elizabeth. Now Elizabeth, she was actually also the favorite. At the time that Elizabeth was born, Michael was around 14, actually 13. Cece was 4, and then And then yes, Elizabeth was newborn. Obviously. What am I doing? Anyways, so basically, she hadn't abused Elizabeth or Stacy, and then she had began abusing Michael, and when he found out that the other two weren't getting abused, and I keep on saying abused, it's abused. Then he had began getting like jealous and try to get more attention, even if it was bad attention. William didn't know about the abuse until like a few weeks before Elizabeth's death. The only reason he had let Clara stay was because he felt like the kids needed a mother figure in their life, and since Elizabeth was at that time only 2, and Cece was around like 6, Michael was 16, I think. No, Michael was 15. He felt that kids needed a mother in their life, so he had just left her. I warned her that if he catches anything like this again, he would not hesitate to kick her out. But I dropped my phone, frick. Luckily I catched it. Anyways, like, basically threatening her. And then, well, she had continued using William for money, because she had also been cheating on him behind his back. Like, William again did not know about this. So basically, he had just left her. Well, he didn't divorce. He had just left her be at home with the kids. Let her, I guess. And like, he still had been upset about Terence's death, Clara abusing his son like that. But yeah, and then that's when Aiden had moved into town, moved back into the city they were in. So basically, like, Clara was angry once again because now that Aiden was back, William would go over to his house, help him around the city, give him chores and stuff like that, which left her no choice to attempt to murder again. She still didn't want to get caught, and because she still wanted the money from William. So again, she had hired someone for a large sum of money to get rid of Ryan. Oh, not Ryan. It's not Ryan. So to get rid of Aiden, the dude who had been hired, his name was Ryan actually. So basically, he was unsuccessful, as he ended up murdering Aiden's twin by accident. Stacy hadn't given him the money because she was angry that he couldn't complete the task, and left him standing there upset. She didn't realize that if she wanted something done properly, she had to do it by herself. So she had put on masks and disguised herself and went to go and murder Aiden. This time, she was successful. Little did she know that Aiden was actually helping out and creating something creating an animatronic suit, which we now know as glitch trap. The reason why that's very important is because now the suit had a relationship towards Aiden. So it just needed a remnant which would be acquired and given to Aiden later to bring him back to life, giving him pure immortality. Basically, again, this time she wasn't caught, and she was really happy about that. She was actually kind of stressed out and scared that oh my gosh, I'm gonna be caught like that. She was really scared, and she was happy that she wasn't actually caught. So basically, she was really, really excited and figured out that she did her first murder and that this could give her lots of money. And now she had tried to get some money from William. William was devastated by Aiden's death because he was one of his best friends. This time, this kill had actually affected Henry too, as they were both friends, best friends towards Aiden, which meant that losing their best friend wasn't something they would want. Nobody wants to lose their best friend, right? That was basically what William and Henry also were going through. They didn't want to lose Aiden. So they had asked if they could preserve Aiden's body until they found a way to create a memorial or something for him. Well, a few years later, William had a few years after Elizabeth and Cece's death, William had found out that Clara had been cheating on her with another man, which is known as Marcus. Marcus, on the other hand, hadn't known that she had a husband. So William let him go. And then happened the divorce. At that time, Michael was 18. So he knew at this time it would be okay. It would still be traumatic and hurtful if he lost his own mother in his life. But he knew that he couldn't handle getting abused or neglected anymore, because a few days ago he had found out that Clara had been abusing her even continuously, and even more now that he was apparently the reason for Stacy's death. So basically, they divorced. At that time, Ryan was out of jail. That was his name, right? That dude, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that dude that didn't successfully murder Aiden was called Ryan. I don't remember the names actually. So yeah, Ryan had gotten out of jail. Yeah, Ryan had gotten out of jail. Wait, Ryan was never in jail. He had escaped. Okay, pretty sure. So Ryan hadn't been in jail and met Clara and saw Clara walking. He was angered that he had worked so hard to kill someone, accidentally killed the twin, and didn't get the money he was promised, and went and shot Clara with a gun. And that was eventually Clara's death. So yeah, that's how she died. It's been about half an hour. Stacy, Clara. Oh, what? Stacy Flaxman. Stacy, Clara. Schmidt. And that was how she died. Now, like, nobody, now William had wrote in his will and said 100% of his money was going towards Michael. Speaking of Michael, we're going to begin working on Michael. So here we have two models. This one and this one. Actually, I will do Michael in the next video. So, see you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me explaining my AU while making Clara. I would really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed to like this video and subscribed. It's free and you can unsubscribe at any time if you want. And also you might want to turn on the notification bell so you know it whenever I post. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Bye.